where your purpose is discovered and your destiny is fulfilled by grace.
Plenty of promises through patience. In our research, follow those that got the inheritance through faith. The other people, set of people that obtain their promises, also those that are very patient. You see, because God Himself is a patient God. How many of you know that God is patient? Because if God is not patient, none of us will be sitting in this room. It will have killed all of us. Okay. So that you don't think God is a killer. It will have, there's no other way to say it. It will have just, because of our sins. Those days, in the Old Testament, you make a little sin like this, or you did something wrong that is against God's word, the ground can open and swallow you. But today, ground doesn't swallow anybody. In fact, one of the guys that are involved in terrorists, if they give their life to Jesus today, God will embrace them. And everything they've done will be wiped away. Even if they had masterminded to kill 10,000 people. And that's how patient God is towards us. He's so patient with us that He will wait. Many of us want Jesus to come soon. Sometimes when you want Jesus to come really, really soon, you can be tempted as a wicked person to some extent. Because it means that you're thinking of yourself, now you're ready. Jesus now come. That's selfishness. You know how many people are still in the world that are not yet saved? That God is patiently masterminding a plan to find a way to bring them in. And so I want to encourage us that we should also be like our God, who is patient enough not to give up on people. He's patient enough to hold Jesus back. If you look at the thing, in terms of where the things are in terms of Jesus' return, I can tell you that Jesus is by the door, about to come in. But the only problem is that God is holding him back to say, don't come yet. I still want my children that are yet to come into the fold to be saved. And I'm praying that they will be saved in Jesus' name. Like I said, these are examples. Majority of those people that are in there, they may not be saved. And it's our responsibility to ensure that we reach out to them. And God will help us in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, now what is patience? Or who is patience? There are two aspects of patience. There's a what and there's a who. So let's look at what is patience for, which is definition. And patience is the ability to bear hardship. And that's why every Christian must have that spirit of patience in you. You must have that ability within you. Because you cannot live in this world without going through hardship. It's not possible. Even if you have all the money, you will still go through hardship. Even if you have everything you need, you will still go through hardship. And that's why patience is a virtue that everybody should have. Because you'll be able to bear hardship. Some of these students are studying now, they are doing exams, some are writing that institution and all that. All of you know that those things are not easy. What are you doing? You're bearing it, isn't it? You know that you have no choice. So you go through it, you bear it. And of course, patience is also having a staying power. Staying power means not to give up, not to give in. And that's why it's important for us to be patient as well, because you will face many situations that you want to throw in the towel. But patience will tell you, don't give up, don't give in. Patience is also willingness to endure. You have to be willing to be patient. You have to be willing to endure. You see, if somebody is still forcing you to be patient, then you're not yet patient. Patience is something that they won't force you to do, you'll be willing to do. Because you know that you can't do it on your own, you have to wait for God. You will tell them that, I'm not getting married yet. The guy will say, man, let's get married so that we can, do we have time? Do we have to get married by June so that we can be in Florida for holiday? The holiday deal is going to go. If you don't get married, we won't be able to go for honeymoon. Then I'll wait. Patience is willingness. You have the opportunity, but you say, no, I'm not going in. That's patience. I'm praying that God will give us that willingness to endure and willingness to wait when we need to wait, in Jesus' name. Amen. Patience is also quietness. People that are truly patient, they are going through stuff, but you see them smiling. They are very quiet and peaceable because they know that God is at work. You don't have the money yet, you're struggling to pay your bills. In fact, as we're talking, your landlord is actually waiting for you by the door, but you're still smiling and saying, praise the Lord. Patience has that willingness to endure, willingness to wait. He has that compulsion. And I'm praying that the Lord will give us patience to have quietness in our spirit in Jesus' name. And that's why sometimes when your spirit is bubbling so high, your spirit wants to jump, you tell the spirit to calm down. Say to yourself, calm down. You see, because every time you want to quickly lay hold of something, you want to quickly get through something, you want to quickly arrive at some place, sometimes you need to just tell your body to calm down. Amen? You see, the secret is that whatever is your blessing cannot miss you Say to the neighbor, whatever is your blessings cannot miss you. As long as you trust God. It doesn't matter if they said that they are closing the contract today, there's no more contract they are going to give out. If God has said that you're going to get contracts with that company, tomorrow, the next day, they will put it up again because of you. It's because God's children don't struggle for things. Because they know God is at work in their lives. You see, the moment you begin to struggle for whatever, you're already doing this in your own strength. And most often than not, things that you struggle for, you don't get. You don't get. But what you don't struggle for, that you hand over to God's hand, they come to you easily. Say to the Lord, they will come and knock at your door to give you the blessings. In Jesus' name. Now, that is what is patience. Now, let's look at who is patience. I mean, some people have said patience is the wife of our former president in Nigeria. That's her name. That one is quite interesting. All right. But in terms of the scripture, who is patience? Now, one thing we need to realize that patience is one of the personality of God or characteristics of God. Galatians 5 verse 12 says to us, Galatians 5 verse 12 says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness. And so the Spirit expresses himself through patience. The Spirit of God expresses himself through peace, through joy, through love, goodness, faithfulness, kindness, self-control. But because we're focusing on patience, that is one of the key ways in which the Holy Spirit expresses himself. That's why you're doing things that you shouldn't do. Yet the Holy Spirit will still be waiting for you. He won't tell God to destroy you. Don't forget that the Holy Spirit this is the dispensation of the Holy Spirit. So every child of God has the Holy Spirit living inside of them. That's what the Holy Spirit will not tell God, kill her now. No, because he's patient with you. Because that's one of his fruits. That's one of his expressions. And then 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4. 1 Corinthians 13 verse 4 says to us, love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant, and so on and so forth. But in this case, he said to us that love is patient. We all know that God is love. God himself is the epitome of love. When you want to define God, love, define God. Now, Bible is now saying that God who is love is patient. And it means that the character or one of God's personality is also patience. And so this virtue that we're talking about, being an important factor in us inheriting our promises, it means that God himself is following through this. You all know the story. God made Adam and Eve. And then Adam and Eve, they messed the whole plan of God up. What did God do? God did not decide to just say, okay, no, I'm not doing it again. No more war. No. God was patient enough. He had a plan in place to ensure that he brings Christ to fall. He waited and ensured that he has his master plan to bring Christ to come through. And then it took Christ how many years? From Genesis to when Jesus Christ came. It took him how many years? 6,000 years before Jesus appeared. And so God was patient for 6,000 years before the Son of Man came. And I'm praying that for God to be patient that long, we also will be able to be patient with God in Jesus' name. Now, can we find in the Bible examples of those who waited patiently and got their promises? Because remember the scripture we're looking at is Hebrews, for those that just came in, Hebrews 6 verse 12, that you be not slothful, but followers of them who through faith and patience inherit the promise. Last 2 Sundays we dealt with the be not slothful and be followers of them through faith. So we're looking at following them through patience, okay? Just for those that just came in. Now, can we find a biblical example of those who waited patiently and got their promises? A good example is Joseph. Joseph waited 13 years. In fact, I got something very interesting on the online, and I think I need to share. It says, Joseph waited 13 years, Abraham waited 25 years, Moses waited 40 years, Jesus waited 30 years. If God is making you wait, you're in good company. How many of you are waiting on God for something, one thing or the other? You're in good company. Because God told Joseph, he said, Joseph, he showed him 2 dreams. And those dreams depict the fact that he was going to be a ruler someday. And then this guy was so excited, he told the story to his friends and his brothers and his mom, and his dad rather, because I think his mom had passed away at the time. And all of them, apart from maybe a handful, hated him. And then they planned to kill him or to end his life. And they didn't know that what they were trying to do to destroy him actually was helping him. You know the interesting thing? As we were putting him in prison, putting him in the dungeon and the rest of it, those things were actually helping him to continue to go closer and closer to the promise. I'm praying that some of the challenges that some of you may be going through, they actually help you to get closer and closer to your promise. So sometimes don't be angry with God and say, God, I'm not happy with you because you left me here, to die. You left me here not to be able to pay my bills. You left me here so that I struggle in every aspect of my life. Lord, you're not being fair on me. I want to encourage you. Just put in your endurance, because God, He hasn't forgotten you. He has a plan for you, and it will soon come to pass in Jesus' name. Same thing for Abraham. God told Abraham, you're going to have a child of promise. At this time, Abraham didn't have any child. And it took Abraham 25 years before he could receive his son in the person of Isaac. And I'm praying that for those of you that are waiting on God for either for marriage, for fruit of the womb, or for a particular business break, I decree and declare that this is your time in Jesus' name. I'm talking about those that have been waiting on the Lord. What about Moses? Moses waited for 40 years. God told him, Moses, you're going to be a deliverer. You're going to bring people to me. You're going to win many people to me you're going to pull out Israel from the hands of the wicked ones. I mean, of course, at the time it was the Egyptians. And Moses did not get into that prophecy or start to work in that prophecy until 40 years' time. And that's why you want to be clear in your mind that even though things may be looking as though it's taking long, God hasn't forgotten you. Say to your neighbor, God hasn't forgotten you. And then Jesus as well. They said the Savior was born. He was born in the manger. And Jesus did not start his ministry until 30 years. It's important for you to also realize that as Jesus was waiting, Jesus was doing something. And that's the next point we're going to go look to in a minute. Now, the other person that also waited was Noah. And I think I shared part of that last Sunday. Noah waited for, how many of you know how long Noah waited when they started building the ark to when the rain fell? How many years? Okay, last Sunday I asked you the same question, but we didn't get it. It's actually 120 years. This guy, God told him, the rain is coming. And then Noah told his neighbors, rain is coming. Can you imagine the rain eventually didn't come until the end of 120 years? Imagine all the neighbors would have been saying, this guy is mad. This guy must be stupid. Because he tells them practically every day. That was his message. That was the message he was preaching to everybody. Rain is coming. And he kept preaching it year 1, year 2. Some may even think maybe year 3 the rain will come. Year 4, year 10, year 15, year 20. He was still preaching it. In fact, his children, to be honest with you, his children will have started doubting him. But he kept on holding on to God's word that the rain is coming. He did not stop building. For some of you, God is telling you that your blessing is coming. Your future partner is coming. Your financial breakthrough is coming. And some of you are already giving up because you feel that God is not going to come again. Say to them, God is coming. It will come. Because imagine Noah stopping to build the ark 50 years down the line because he feels that God is not going to show up. What will happen to them on the 120th year? They are going to die. I'm praying that will be wise in Jesus' name. Now, John Maxwell says this. I got John Maxwell, it's one of his extractions. He says, God prepares his servants in a slow cooker, not in a microwave oven. How many of you have seen slow cooker before? My wife has been planning to buy one because for me it's too slow. She's microwave in it. Microwave is so fast. You put toast. Can you put toast in microwave? Anyway, if you don't have it can work. I don't know. We should test it actually. You put anything in microwave in 3 seconds. Average 3 seconds or 3 minutes max. Boom, it's done. Even if you want to melt something, put it there in a few minutes, it's done. Because things happen so quickly through microwave. But meanwhile, God doesn't work a microwave approach. He doesn't use a microwave approach. He uses a slow cooker. And the reason why I use a slow cooker is because he wants the meat to be well cooked. When God finishes with it, people will look at it and say, wow. I didn't know I was going to be a pastor. My wife, some of you already know this story. Because I wasn't interested. If they're going to pay me, I didn't know. Pass. Because I had my own plans. Now the plans are some of you know, I wanted to work with young people in the community, which we're doing, and we're doing really good. But I knew that there's no way God would take me through Bible. In Nigeria, I did a postgraduate diploma in theology. Came back to the UK. I did another whole degree in theology, 3 years. I didn't stop there. I did what is that? I did counseling degree, counseling, 3 years. And I think I also did diploma in theology again. One day, I sat there and said, Are you sure God is not setting you up? I was doing, but one day I thought, am I okay? Does God have an agenda that I'm not aware of? Because I cannot have all these Bible college degrees with counseling plus, and yet go and work in North Anderson. There's nothing wrong with that. I can use it in North Anderson. But there's no way I can have those knowledge. And then God didn't stop there. I was so close. I worked full time in Nigeria, 7 years. Close to all the leaders that some of you know already. Traveled with them here and there. Came to the UK. My pastor, I was one of his key guys. I was head of prayer. I was praying with him every day. Now, let me tell you, if you're praying with your pastor, don't let me say it here because this is my church. When I go somewhere, I'll tell them that. But let me say, if you're praying closely with your pastor, I'm telling you, God has a plan for you. Some of you know yourselves. But you don't have to be a pastor, you know what I'm saying? God can still use you in conglomerates, yeah? In big companies, because you need to be a big person. But I was praying with my pastor and close to him and doing all this sort of stuff. And then one day the pastor told me, we went for one meeting. One pastor's meeting, I followed him because I go with him most of the time. And he told me what this guy, could be a pastor. If I think your church would be Victory, he was just pulling my name, Victory something, Victory Temple. Victory Chapel. I laughed. I looked at him. Pastor, it was a joke in church. Forget it. Now, today we're doing this. What I'm saying is that God can spend time patiently preparing you for where He's taking you. Please wait. Stay with Him. Don't jump. Wait for God to prepare you well. Because if you don't allow God to prepare you properly, you can actually miss the mark. You can actually miss that promise. Because until you are well prepared, God will not release you. Interestingly, one man of God told myself and my wife, a prophetic man, came to our church from the Senate and he told me, he said, something big is coming. You're not prepared. He said, prepare yourself. And it's coming very soon. It's coming very, very soon. He said, I'm running away from it. And then he said other things. And then when we finished, myself and we were thinking about that, what was this man talking about? There's nothing else I'm running away from. Why should I be running away from? And now I understood after my pastor told me that we're going to start a church. We ran for how many years? First of all, he didn't tell me for 1 year because he looked at me and thought, this guy, if I tell him, he won't listen to me. So he didn't tell me for 1 year. Now, when he had the confidence to tell me, I ran for 1 year. If I wanted to run forever. But he now didn't do anything. He wasn't using me in church anymore. Now I became, when they put you on the shelf, I mean, they put a shelf before. When you put something on the shelf, it just begin to get rusted. I wasn't doing anything. No, in fact, it was so bad that I had not stepped on the altar because we moved to a new venue. I didn't step on that altar for years. Before we moved, the other venue, I stepped on the altar nearly every Sunday. I'm either taking offering, taking an announcement or something. For nearly 3 years. To the point that new members don't even know me. When I was the most popular minister, and it was like 1,000-member church. Before, after, nothing. I wasn't known. If I went there, everybody get off the road. People didn't even know, which is okay. But the point is that if God is preparing you, sometimes it look as though you're on the shelf. It might look as though nothing is happening, but God is cooking you. Say to your neighbor, God is cooking you. That's why you have to be patient with Him. And I pray that none of us miss it in Jesus' name. Now, what do you do whilst you're waiting for the promise? What do you do? Because we all talk about being patient. So what do I do whilst I'm being patient? The first thing you need to do is you have to be expectant. Say to your neighbor, you have to be expectant. You see, because if you're patient and you're not expecting anything, nothing will come. Because Proverbs 23 verse 18 says to us, Proverbs 23 verse 18 says, for surely there is an end. Say to your neighbor, for surely there's an end. And an expectation shall not be cut off. The reason why people don't receive from God is because they are not expecting. And when you're not expecting, you're already in the end. And nothing is going to happen. But those that are expecting, there is surely an end because that expectation will come through in Jesus' name. Mind on those things that God wants to do. I mean, the good example is Joseph. While Joseph was going through all that he was going through, he kept in his mind that I am going to rule one day. In fact, he knew someone that was going to rule someday. When they put him in prison, whilst the other guy, he shared the dream of the two guys in the prison, the potter and the baker. And he told them, I said, guys, as you're going out, because they released those ones, he said, as you're going out, remember me when you get, because he knew that he's not meant to die in the prison. He knew that he had a dream to become a ruler. And that's why you shouldn't forget about your dream. You may look as though you're not even near it. I always tell you guys, I'm going to be a millionaire. It's a dream. I told you what else for new people that just before this last night is a money church. No. You can't do anything without money. I want to do concerts for Jesus in that stadium. I'm not going to beg the people. Even if I'm there, they'll just call the police, come and carry me out. But if I go with real money, open the door. I'll just bring all the Christian musicians, artists, all over the world. We will shake Brighton for Jesus. So that's what I need the money for those that I want to do. But my point is this. If I'm not expecting it, it won't come. And that's why from time to time I tell you about, isn't it? And I'm patient. I'm not in a hurry. It will come. I won't go and steal because I need money. I won't go and do dubious things because I need money. I won't go and get involved in some contract I shouldn't get involved in because I need money. No way. God will bring it. And that's why you shouldn't twist the hand of God. Because God will make it come in Jesus' name. So you must be expectant. People must know what you're expecting from God. I mean, imagine today nobody knows your vision. Then where are you going? In school, I always ask my students, especially when we're having fun time, when I have the opportunity, I ask them, for those that don't know, I teach. And I asked them, I said, what's your vision? What are your plans? And because these are young guys, some of them don't know what they want to plan. They don't know what they want to do. I don't blame them because they are young. But some of us here, if none of us, you must know what you feel God is calling you into. And you must keep your mind at it. You must be expectant. Because if you are not expectant, what are you going to be pursuing? What dream are you going to be pursuing? What goal are you going to set for yourself? Some of you may not even know what you want to do, but you know that somehow God has been pushing you towards a certain direction. Then that should actually begin to inform you that there's something God wants to do in your life in that area. I pray that God will give us understanding in Jesus' name. So expectation is very important. And then the other thing that you do whilst you're waiting is be joyful in hope. Say to your neighbor, be joyful in hope. Because Romans 12 verse 12, it says, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. So God is saying to you that as you're waiting, I know the plans I have for you. It's a plan of hope, a plan that will blow your mind, a plan that if I show it to you, you will just collapse. For the world to be finding you like this. Imagine somebody comes into this and calls your name and says, Pastor, please, can I have a moment? And I give them a moment, and they says, I want to call somebody out, and they call the person and they give the person a lot of money. I mean, sometimes you can collapse, especially when you know the amount. You wake up later, you know that you die for it. You wake up that kind of thing. God is saying to us, He says, the plan I have for you is bigger than what you can ever imagine or think. It's bigger than what you have in your mind. It's a plan to prosper you. So that means some of you that are struggling financially, He says, my plan for you is to make you prosperous. So that means you won't die poor. You won't die in that struggle. He says a plan not to harm you. It's a plan to give you a hope and a future. And so as you're waiting, always have this in mind, that God wants a better world for you. God has a better plan for you. God wants you to be hopeful in things that is good, things that are godly, things that are going to come through for you in a couple of weeks or months or years. He says you should keep your mind on those things and be hopeful. Because the Bible says people that don't have hope, what happened to them? Hope. Without hope, the heart sings. And I'm praying that we will have hope in Jesus' name. Romans 8 verse 25 says, but if we hope for what we do not yet have, we wait patiently for it. And so that is when you're hoping for things that God says He will do, those plans that He said He will do in your life. He says, if we hope, then we wait patiently for it. And so wait patiently for God. And then the third point is that what you do whilst you wait is that you should not be weary in doing good. Say to the Lord, do not be weary in doing good. Because Galatians 6 verse 9 says, let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. And I think the anchoring scripture there is not giving up. What God is saying to us is that don't be weary. So whilst you're waiting, keep doing good. Whilst you're believing God for breakthrough in your spiritual life, keep doing good. Keep praying for others. In fact, start to do the things that is nearly opposite what you're believing God for. So you don't have money, begin to give. It doesn't matter how small it is, find somebody to give. People are living rough, give to them. Not just money, give goods to them, give food to them. For some of you that are believing God, for a future partner, pray for those that are married. Or people that believe God for fruit of the womb, pray for the children of those that have children already. Begin to do those things that you're looking forward to for God to do in your life. And that is one thing God expects us to do. Don't be weary of doing good. To be weary means to give up, to be tired of doing it. So whilst you're waiting, when you're waiting, you get weary, you get tired. And to be honest with you, I go through the same thing as well. But Bible is saying that don't be weary. Keep doing good. Keep doing those things that you've been doing from time. Don't stop going to church. Don't stop praying. Don't stop studying the word. Don't stop evangelizing. Don't stop inviting people to church. Keep doing those things that are good and comely in the eyes of our God. Keep giving to your parents. Keep blessing them. And I'm praying that as we do all those things, the Lord will continue to strengthen us and help us not to give up in Jesus' name. Amen. Because it says, if you do that, then you will prosper and you reap the harvest. And I pray none of us will miss the harvest in Jesus' name. Imagine you'll be working and toiling hard, and then suddenly when the harvest is coming, that's when you give up. That won't be any of our portion in Jesus' name. And the next point says, do not fret. So whilst you're waiting, do not fret. Psalm 37 verse 7. It says, whilst you're waiting, do not fret. It says, in that scripture, it says, be still before the Lord and wait patiently for him. And do not fret when people succeed in their ways and when they carry out their wicked schemes. This scripture is very interesting. Because once you're waiting for God, there's something that can easily happen to you. You'll start looking at people around you, your friends, your colleagues, people that you grew together. And you look at them, they are married. People that you grew together, they've started driving Jaguar. People that you grew together, if I saw them that are your young one, there was one that was my school son. Back in secondary school, I went to a boarding school in Nigeria. My school son, he has properties, upon properties. I know, of course, Facebook. This guy he has so much. I won't tell you what he does because some of you will know him. It was my school son. Come here. Come. I went to command military school. Sit down. Now to see him, I may have to go through a secretary. No, we can't try for that out. But that's the truth. Some of us, the people that we work with, are mates. Some of my colleagues are pilots because we have this forum of different, not even new secondary school colleagues, pilots. And I remember that guy. I remember him. I remember him now. Now he's a pilot. If I enter, I have to start well, fly me well, please. Don't be angry if you want to be. What I'm saying is that you can look around and see people succeeding around you. People driving good cars. People passing their exams, getting good jobs. And yet you're still there. People getting married. I remember I told you, some of you know the story. All my friends were getting married. My colleagues, people that I even think I was back in school those days. I was the, you know what I'm saying? In fact, there was a time that there was one particular, that nobody wanted to talk. One particular lady, my wife knows, that tell the story. Okay, right, anyway, you should know the story. I think I have. Nobody wanted to talk to her because everybody were kind of afraid. Nobody can, don't touch this. I went. Of course. She seems to say no to me that night. By the next day, she had put a letter through my desk in school. I opened it. Of course, yeah, what do you expect? Praise the Lord. What I'm saying is that we had confidence in talking to people without being afraid to talk to ladies. But I was single for years. Years. So I thought I was in thing. It won't be a problem. I'll tell people that marrying is a small problem because I only just say it and that's it. Single for years. I didn't get married until 39. My mates, they are children, they are first child. When they start beside me, sometimes we could be at the same height. What I'm saying is that people are succeeding around you. It looks as though God has forgotten you. He hasn't. He has a plan for you. That's why you have to be patient with him. Because those things are meant to bring frustration to you, for you to go and not marry anybody on the streets. Hey man, yes, we want to, many man. Please come, I want to marry you. And you want to marry me. Praise the Lord, they'll marry you. Meanwhile, that is not God's plan for you. Don't take the second best. Say to yourself, don't take the second best. Go for God's best. And so people's successes around you doesn't make any difference. Because the Bible says the race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the strong. It said time and chance happens to all of them. Happen to head. Those that got a big job, they were helped there. Tomorrow they are down. It's very difficult to get to the top, but coming down is very easy. It doesn't take anything. Our politicians, I've said it before, some of them are in prison today. Meanwhile, these guys, they are at the peak of their career. What is important is for you to get there in the right way. Not just getting there and coming down so quickly. That will be our portion in Jesus' name. Amen. So do not fret. Even if they dangle the thing on your face, the annoying thing is that they will bring the ring. I just got engaged in front of you. It's a good thing because they are friends. Praise the Lord. And he said, she used wisdom. Know that you've been single for longer. And then they dangle in your face. Nearly put the thing in your poke on the eye. Hallelujah. Now, the last point. Okay, 2 more. Let me just rush. The next point is keep tab on instruction. Remember, we're talking about things you can do whilst you're waiting on God's promise. Keep tab on instruction. Say to your neighbor, keep tab on instruction. What I mean by that is just ensure that instructions don't leave your face. Proverbs 4 verse 13 says, keep hold of instruction. Do not let go. Guard her. She is your life. James 1:25 says, but the one who looks into the perfect law, the law of liberty, and persevere, be not hearer who forgets, but a doer who acts, he will be blessed in his doing. Now, to sum this whole thing up, what Bible is saying to us is that whilst you're waiting on God, continue to obey God's instructions. Most often than not, before God, when God is doing things in your life, when you're waiting on Him, there's usually some instructions that He will have given to you that you're meant to do. Please carry them out. Carry them out. Because those instructions, they have a lot to do with the next thing that God wants to do in your life. And so God has told you to pick up a form and apply to a particular place. Don't keep waiting on God that God, I want you to bless me, and you keep waiting. I told you the story last year. God told me to go into teaching. I didn't know anything about it. I wasn't interested in it. I've never done it before, never entered any school before in my life since I came to this country. Not in my life, since I came to this country, But God said, go into teaching. Meanwhile, I hit the instructions. Thank God I did, because as we started making calls, there was a school that was opened. There was a job opportunity that was being processed in a particular school that was being received, and then I was able to apply in that instance. Imagine not listening to God and waiting for another 1 or 2 weeks. I would have lost that opportunity. In fact, you guys would never have heard about it. Meanwhile, I've been praying unto God. God, I need some stable job. I need some stable income. Yes, I run the business as well, but I need some sort of stable income to come along with it. Blah blah blah. Because my wife was pregnant at the time. But the interesting thing, because I heed to that instruction, that being in the school now is adding value to the financial challenge I was praying to God. So I've been praying to God, God bless me, and God says, pick up a form. And he said, God, what does the form have to do with you blessing me? It has a lot to do with it. And so every instruction God gives you, the link to each other. That's the point I'm trying to make. The link up. Don't do one and leave the other one undone, because they have a way of being worked together. And I'm praying that we will not turn a deaf ear to God's instructions in Jesus' name. And so you want to think about it whilst you're waiting on God. Think about your life. Think about the things that God has said to you that you haven't done. Pray that God will also bring them back to your remembrance, and He will do so that you can actually begin to walk towards that promise in Jesus' name. Now don't forget, the Bible says in that first James 1 that I read, 25, it says, not being a forgetful hearer, but a doer. And so as you hear God's instruction, act on them. Act on them. Last Sunday we dealt on that. And I pray that God will help us. Now the last one, be thankful. So as you're waiting on God, be thankful. Say to me, be thankful. Was it on Friday? I just felt the Lord wanted us to thank Him through, on that Friday. That's why we sent the message on WhatsApp. And for some of us that's locked down, you know what we benefited, and pray that the Lord will help us be thankful. You must be thankful to God all the time. Because in 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 18, it says, in 1 Thessalonians 5:18, it says, in everything give thanks. Say to anybody, in everything, give thanks. So when God says in everything, what do you think He's saying? Does it mean in the areas in which you're doing well, or the areas in which things are happening to you? No. In the areas of both the good and the bad. In the areas in which you're doing well and the areas in which you have shortcomings, thank God for everything, because all of them are working together for good, for your good. Because the Bible says this is the will of God in Christ Jesus concerning us. So as you give thanks whilst you're waiting, even whilst people are dangling their own precious blessings in front of you, give thanks to God for them and for your life. Give thanks that God, you know that God is working on your case. Give thanks because you know that you won't die in that trouble. Give thanks because you know that your tomorrow will be alright. Give thanks because you know that those dreams that you have seen, that you believe that you're believing God for, they will come to pass. And I'm believing God that as we begin to give thanks from today, you'll walk in those blessings in Jesus' name. Amen. In conclusion, Ecclesiastes 7 verse 8 says to us, Ecclesiastes 7 verse 8 says, better is the end of a thing than its beginning. And the patient in spirit is better than the proud in spirit. What that saying to us is that your end will be better than your beginning. Your tomorrow will be better than today. It's a fact. It's not a prayer. The Bible says to us that better is the end than its beginning. So that's why when people be laughing at you today, this is not your end. Your end is better than where you are now. Let people say that you didn't pass their exams. Let them laugh. Don't worry. Some of them will come and ask you for a job in a few years. It doesn't matter. Because God has said to his children as a promise that better is your end than your beginning. He says, though your beginning be small, what will happen to your latter days? Your latter days are far, far better. He said, little upon little. Little here, little there. That's how God works. He has little value here, adds another little value here. And because God is taking you somewhere, he needs you to be strong and he wants to prepare you well. And praying that we'll all go through that slow cooker so that we'll come out triumphant in Jesus' name. Amen. Let us rise up to pray.
Join us or connect with us on social media. You can also visit our website, gracehaven.org.uk.